We are almost done this week with our devotions. We've got a couple more to do. Today we want to think about like verses 49 and 51. It's a critical moment where the disciples are gathered together on the Mount of Olives. The temple guards are coming. They're arresting Jesus. And the disciples ask, Lord, do you want us to fight back, strike back with our swords? So it would have been nice to pause long enough to actually hear Jesus answer that. But of course, there's one guy in the mix that doesn't wait till Jesus says, yeah, let's strike back with the swords. Can you guess who that is? Peter whips out his sword, and it says it cuts off the servant of the high priest. I think it actually says right ear, right? Cuts off his ear. And you know what I think happened? I don't think Peter was so crafty with the sword that he was wanting to say, oh, let me lop off your ear. I think he was going right between the eyes or right across the throat. I think Peter was going for much more of a kill shot. And, you know, the guy ducks a little bit, moves his head, and all he gets is the ear. So at this point, Jesus is like, they ask a question, Peter reacts, he becomes reactive, cuts off the guy's ear. Have you ever, I know you've never cut off somebody's ear, but have you ever bitten off somebody's head? Have you ever, been so reactive that you do something when it would have been nice to have asked Jesus, is this the right thing to do? And it would have been nice to have waited to hear him say no before you restrain yourself? Or have you just jumped into it and done it? And then you're going, oh my gosh, what did I just do? I just bit off that guy's head. Peter, I love it that Jesus says, enough, stop that. The Message Bible, check it out. And then Jesus simply touches the man's ear and heals him. Wow. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I have been reactive, oh my gosh, do I wish Jesus would be right there to touch what I have severed and fix it that quick. Usually doesn't happen. Repair usually does not happen that quick in my scenarios. So a couple things we can learn. Number one, between stimulus and response, we need a space. We need a space between stimulus and response before we just act and behave or react. Viktor Frankl, who was in the Nazi concentration camps of World War II, experienced horrific things, said between stimulus and response there is a space, and in that space is our opportunity to wait and then respond, and our response determines the quality of our life and our health. I want to encourage you in two ways. Number one, we've all been reactive. We've all pulled a Peter. We've all responded or reacted after the stimulus before we should have. So number one, ask the Lord to help you make amends, to bring a repair, to create an opportunity for healing. That's up to us. The Spirit wants to do that through us. We need Jesus first to touch our ears so we can hear him say, own up to your mistake. We need Jesus to touch our ears so we can hear the other person's feelings, ideas, hurts, and pains. When he touches our ears, he can work through our hands in a different way. That's the first thing. The second thing is begin to recognize between the things that stimulate you to react that there is a response. And maybe it's indiscernible at this point, but learn to extend it so you can begin to create the kind of response that is not flesh-filled, but spirit-filled. I hope you have a great day today. And if there's anyone that you need to find in order to make amends to repair something that's been damaged, I want to encourage you. Let God work through you in the repair to bring healing to where you may have brought injury. You will never regret making that repair. I'll see you tomorrow.